Let's see, does this work? I think this worked. Yes, this worked. Yes. Beautiful. Today I'm going to try something new. I'm trying to go live on TikTok and YouTube at the same time. But big news for fantasy football purposes, for fantasy football owners, CeeDee Lamb not going to be active this week. He's going to be out. So question is, what do you do with CeeDee Lamb? You hold on to him. I still am big on his future with this team. But obviously George Pickens takes a huge bump. Alfredo Rodriguez 26 asking Pearsall or BTJ. I'm taking Pearsall. Once he becomes healthy again, you got to realize this guy was up in the top of the league when it comes to passing yards. That's someone that you want to hold on to. And Brock Purdy, he gets a lot of hate, but he's a good enough quarterback to do this, especially to provide fantasy output. You're fine. So everyone starts to trickle in. Take a look at this. I've been slowly taking a stab at, kind of previewing this next week. It's very challenging because I feel like every single time I try to preview, I get inundated with questions, which I don't mind, but I don't do it. Jaden, Fannin or Andrews this week? I'm going to go with Fannin. I just don't want to put any stock in the Ravens with Cooper Rush. I just don't have any belief in them at all whatsoever. Let me know if the music's too loud or anything. But yeah, thank you everyone for showing up. Thanson, thank you for the follow. Mayfield or May? This week I'm going to go May, but long term, typically I'm going to say Mayfield. I just think May has a brilliant matchup this week that you're going to want to take care of. Garrett asking, should I give Debo and Waddle for Amon-Ra? I have CD. I think you do. I think you do, as long as you have depth behind him. I don't want that to be like the last of your good receivers, but if you can afford to get rid of Debo and Waddle, I like picking up Amon-Ra. I think that you're getting a surer bet than Waddle. Connor asking, start 2, Waddle, Chase, London, Johnson, and Worthy. This week I'm going to probably go London and Worthy, though I think Waddle has a lot of upside long-term, and Chase as well. Mason, thank you for the follow. Mason asking, should I start Tony Pollard or Judy at my flex? This week I'm going to go Pollard. I think it's a okay matchup. I just don't know what Judy's going to do with Dylan Gabriel. As I pull up this NFL Fantasy Football 101, Herbert, Fields, or Stafford. I'm going to go Herbert, then Stafford, then Fields is the way I'm going to order this up for me, especially this week. Caden asking Shaheed or Bourne. I'll go with Bourne this week specifically. Thank you, everyone, for showing up again. Hope everyone's having a fantastic day. Football's one day away. I'm going to be doing a little watch along for the Bronco game in the morning tomorrow. So if you want to stop by, do watch. We're going to be doing a lot less fantasy questions tomorrow because I'm going to be calling the football game. But if you want to come hang out, absolutely. Vanson, London or Olave for flex? Kind of stumped. I'm going to go to London this week. I just trust that offense more. Ryan asking Sutton or Waddle for Achane. If I have good receivers. Don't love getting rid of Sutton here, but I think Achane has some upside, especially if you need a running back. It's not terrible. Maximus, should I start Bijan with Dowdle or Cruxy Merritt? I think I'm going to go with I'm going to go JCM. I don't like investing in the Panthers offense typically. Mason, Shaheed or still Pollard at flex? I'd probably go Pollard. Guitar stuff. Love guitar stuff. What is Drake London worth for a trade? You're looking Drake London. You're in a redraft. Mid-tier receiver. Bennett Shaw asking. Hold on. I'll try as many questions as I can. Ryan Harris, thank you for the follow. As you hear the background of my YouTube. Let's take a look here. Guitar stuff. Love guitar stuff. Was thinking of doing some guitar streams on a different account, actually. What is Drake? I answered that one. Bennett Shaw, Sutton for Brees. I'd rather have Sutton, but if you need a running back, it's not an awful trade. Brian's World asking, I traded QJ and Jordan Mason for Javonte Williams. Good trade. I don't have good running backs. I think that's a good risk to take. Aaron, what's my trade priority? Kamara, Chase Brown, Jordan Mason. I'd probably go with Chase Brown. I think he's the most upside. Kamara continues to struggle with injuries. Or thank you for the follow. Sam Matthews, Gainwell or Pollard or DJ Moore at flex. I'm probably going to go Pollard this week. Bryce asking K9 or Olave at the flex. I'll go K9. For life golf, start Jay or Jacoby this week. Jacoby, don't start Ravens receivers this week. Boxer motion. I traded Kincaid and Kyron Williams for Bijan. Did I cook? Don't love giving rid of Kyron Williams, but I think getting hold of Bijan was one of the best fantasy assets right now. I'd give you a cook. Trevor Castle, start 2 receivers. Tet, Ladd, Dobbs, Golden, Bourne. Tet and Ladd this week. Max, who wins? Quinshawn Judkins and Evans for Bucky. Quinshawn Judkins, Evans. I'd rather have both those two. Quinshawn, I think, is about the same level of running back as Bucky long term. Trade alert, who wins? James Cook, Rashee Rice for Bijan Pickens. I think the Bijan Pickens side wins that one. Waller and Njoku. Waller, I'm going to go with that. Trade alert, who wins? James, answer that one. Yeet saying Debo or Tet. I'm going to go Debo this week. Tet. Let's go Tet. I'll go Tet. Nate, would you rather have Sutton or Flowers for the rest of the season? I think Flowers probably rest of the season just because once the offense gets going, they'll be good. Pablo, Unk help. Dalton's questionable, and I have Brock on IR. What do I do? Ooh, that sucks. I go out there. If you need to go last second, go for Mason Taylor if he's out there. If you really are desperate, tight end's always a tough situation. Take a look for Evan Ingram. Don't expect a whole lot, but he's not a bad shot in the dark. Guys, remember, if you spam the chat, more likely I'll miss one of your chats. So just once per. I have to skip up ahead of here. I fell behind. So see if Benny, Josh Allen, or Matthew Stafford. Josh Allen. Where do Josh Jacobs, Kyron Williams, and J.K. Dobbins and Scadaboo rank on the top 15 for running backs? Danny, thank you for the follow. I would go with top out of that, probably Josh Jacobs. I think he's, and then I honestly do it in basically the order you said. Josh Jacobs, Kyron Williams, J.K. Dobbins, Scat. I think Josh Jacobs borders on top 5. Kyron Williams probably just outside that. J.K. Dobbins, I think you're going more top 10, low top 10. And then Scadaboo, I think he's going to have flashes, but I think overall he's going to settle into that RB2 range. Trade Breece Hall for Scadaboo. Don't love it. I don't love it yet. Pickens and Ladd for Garrett Wilson, ETN. I'd rather have Pickens and Ladd, to be honest. I think the Cowboys offense will be able to sustain 2 receivers. Pollard or Haskins? This week I'm going Haskins. Derek asking Genti or Jacobs or Javonte or Rico. Start 3. I'm going to go Jacobs, Javonte, and Genti. Judkins or Bill? I'm going to go Judkins. Laporta or Waller? Laporta. Jonathan, would it be smart to start Goff, Gibbs, and St. Brown? I don't think it would be bad. If you have all 3 of them, they should be in your starting lineup. Don't overthink it. Max, I traded Saquon and Pickens for Bijan. What do you think about that? I do like that. I like the idea of holding on to Saquon long term just because I think he's going to go up, but in value. But I think that you got Bijan. That's a good trade. TC, time to pick up and hold J. Don Blue if you haven't already. I'm not huge on J. Don Blue yet. I could just be slow in the uptake on that one, but I don't know. I'm just not loving it. Vidal or Kamara? I'm going to go Kamara if he plays, but it's if he plays. Danny asking start 2 DJ Moore, Golden, or Trevion Henderson. Is Ashley, thank you for the follow. I'm going to go with Moore and Golden. Eli, thank you for the follow. Gavin, Debo, or London this week? I'm going to go London. And SD, thank you for the follow. Appreciate you guys. Almost up to that 400 follower mark. I appreciate all of you as I try to catch up. Isaac saying MX or MedX RDO. Thank you for the follow. Let's see here. Nolan, pick 2 to start McBride, Warren, or Croxy. I'm going to go Warren Croxy this week. Lover Mayfield, love this week. Romeo or Ridley, this week I'm going Ridley. Golden or Dobbs, I'm going to go with Golden. I don't know where Dobbs is going to fall in there yet. Alex, DK Quinton or Dobbs at flex. I probably go this week with DK. Let's see. Maddie Haskins or Kenneth Walker. I think long-term Walker. I'd say just go with Walker. Don't overthink it. Joe Star, Monty or Rashid Shaheed at flex. I'm gonna go Monty. Martinez, Golden or Dobbs? Golden. This week, I want to see where Dobbs fits in. Commanders or Broncos defense? I'm gonna go Broncos defense. In London tends to be lower scoring games across the pond, and the Broncos are playing a team that doesn't have an identity right now, and their defense is good. I still expect it to be a fairly competitive game. Start Pollard or Haskins? I'm going to be going with Pollard this week. Lou asking, Harrison Jr. or Myers? Harrison Jr. All the upside in the world. Even if Brissett starts, is fine. Jack asking, start Kraft or Waller? Start Kraft. Jalen Saucer, I traded London for A.J. Brown and BTJ. Did I win? I think, let's circle back to that in like 4 weeks. I think you won on the upside, but right now, if A.J. Brown doesn't get traded, I'd rather have London. Just going to be honest. Cody Wolf, Sutton, Brian Thomas Jr. or Dobbs? I'm going to go Sutton, Brian Thomas Jr., then Dobbs is my order. Catch up here. Big Jav, Pittman or Keenan Allen? I'm going to go Pittman. Footy Sanchez, DK or Golden at flex? I'm not loving either of those. I'd probably lean DK. Jay, thank you for the follow. KXDNX, Pickens, Diggs, or Sutton. Charlie Galemore, thank you for the follow as well. I'm going to go Pickens because there's no CD Lamb this week. If you have Pickens, start him. Nick, thank you for the follow. Bears suck. Bill or Debu? I'm going to go Bill this week. Noah Zyman, Stafford or Nick? Stafford. Catch up. Jonathan, who would be the 2 running backs to start this week? Jacobs, Gibbs, Rashad White. I'm going to go Jacobs, Gibbs. Oh, no, I'm falling behind in the chat. Okay, there we go. We're back. Bill versus Chicago or Judkins versus Pittsburgh? I'd take Judkins. Prime games be unpredictable like Giants upsetting Eagles. Divisional games be unpredictable. It's not just primetime games. Don't take too much from divisional games. Don't overreact one way or the other to divisional games. Charlie Galemore, Sutton or Wilson? Sutton. Don't start Wilson against Patrick Surtain. Surtain has shut him down every single time. Arrow or a bow and arrow, thank you for the rose. I appreciate you asking. Start Jordan Love or Justin Herbert? I'm going to go with, we were talking about this yesterday. Let me pull up the matchup one more time. Oh boy. Chat. I just lost my place. So sorry if I missed one of your chats. Remember, more you spam, the more likely I miss. Put your chat in once. If I miss your chat, just say, hey, Hammer, you missed me, and I'll find you. Don't worry. Everyone who's here consistently knows that I am committed to try to answer as many of you guys as possible. I probably go. Man. I go Herbert just because he doesn't have a running game, and they're probably going to be more competitive. Got to start from the beginning here, so sorry if I missed some of you guys. But Jay, start Dak or Herbert? I'm going to start Dak. Caden, I gave Nico, Chuba, and Lamar for Fields, Rice, Genty. Don't like getting rid of Lamar. I don't think you should be selling Lamar. Bo Singleton over on YouTube. Gotta appreciate the YouTube guys asking 12-man PPR Stroud and Ladd for Javonte Williams. You know, I think that if you need a running back, that's not a terrible trade because Stroud's value is so low. I'd like to hold on to Ladd, but yeah, I think it's a fair trade. Back over here, Nick asking Darnold or Mac Jones. I'm going to take Darnold. King, Harp, start Drake London or Dowdle at flex. I'm going to do Drake London. Jonathan, May or Dak? Dak. Nick answered your questions. User asking start Sutton or Jacoby. I'd go Sutton, and then Jonathan answered you. So yeah, if I miss one of your chats, just put it back in the chat and say, Hammer, you missed this, and I'll catch my eye. I also appreciate to anyone watching on YouTube. Don't forget to follow. I've been doing this more. I'm going to be doing a Broncos watch along stream for tomorrow's game. So stick around, follow for that. On TikTok is the other place I'm live if you didn't know YouTube. TikTok, say hello to YouTube. YouTube, say hello to TikTok. Trey saying Croxy, Merritt, and Vidal. I'm going to go JCM. I think that he's just in a better offense. Vidal's not going to be starting over Haskins. So he might get some play. He might, it's unpredictable backfield, but everything I've seen has been pointing to Haskins. Nate asking Love or Daniel Jones. I'll be going with Love. I'll be going with Love. Jason, welcome in for one of my posts. BRB, yo, welcome back. I remember you. Quentin Johnson, hamstring injury. Risky flex, him, Haskins, or Keandre. I'd probably go Haskins there. You know he's going to get some play. JB, follow. Thank you. Appreciate you, man. And BR, thank you for the follow. Vidal was a dog when he was given a chance last week. I agree. Aqua, also thank you for the follow. I agree. I just don't know. I don't know what they're going to do, and I don't like starting a guy who everything points to him not being the starter, and it's already kind of a mess. You know, I know Haskins is going to get work, even though I know Vidal's you're right. It just, I don't trust it yet. No, saying trade Rice and for Tet and White. Yeah, I think that's good upside. You're welcome, BR. Absolutely. Aqua, saying pick 2, Diggins, Pickens, or QJ, full PPR. I'd go with Diggs Pickens. Should I start HJ even if Murray doesn't play? Yes, JB. I believe Jacoby Brissett can keep his fantasy level afloat. Glenn, Burn Guy, saying pick 2, Pollard, Henderson, Ridley, Bourne. I'm going to go Pollard, Ridley this week. Tay, I had Omarion Hampton. That hurt me. Yeah. Good news is he's going to be back this season. Looks like about 4 weeks. He's going to be out for an injury, maybe 5. But it's not going to be a season-ending injury reserve unless I completely misread that. But as far as I know, it should be. You should be getting him back. Just you have to survive till then. Or start Pickens or Rashad Pickens, especially with no Lamb. Lamb's ruled out, it looks like. Gavin, Pickens or London? Pickens. Anyone saying if you should start Pickens? Yes, you should start Pickens. My PD party, Nico or Dunze? I'm going to go with the Dunze. Geronimo, I have Aaron Jones. Keep or trade? If trade for who? I wasn't huge on Aaron Jones coming into the season. I'd lean toward trade. But at this point, his value is so low, you're going to be looking for flex level players. Try to get someone on the upside. Maybe if someone's really low on Judkins. You guys know I love Judkins. HHGD, Tongues, Fannin, or Mason Taylor? Mason Taylor is... I go Mason Taylor, Tongues, Fannin is how I'd rank it. Weston Smith's thoughts on trading Lamar Pollard for Kamara London. I'd rather keep Lamar Pollard. Once Lamar gets out of the bye, he's going to be fine, guys. You gotta calm down. You got to take a breath. I know he's hurt you recently. It's going to be fine. Tony, about to head to the gym. Give me that motivational speech. Tony. You got to believe in yourself. You got to believe that you can do it. This is terrible motivation. I can't motivate myself right now. For motivation, just go watch any clip of Dan Campbell. That'd motivate a rock. I'd run through a brick wall for Dan Campbell. JB, do you like MHJ or Kendrick Bourne matchup better? I think MHJ. I think Bourne has the pop potential that MHJ doesn't, but both of them are risks. Ryan Wilson, pick 3. Wilson, Tet, Dowdle, Pickens. Pickens, Tet, Dowdle. You guys already know. I don't like the matchup with Wilson this week. I am very low on what he's going to do. Gavin, Dobbins or London and flex? I'd probably go to London. I think that Dobbins is going to be decent, but that's a tough matchup against the Jets. Jets always have a solid defense. So, Elias, start 2. Adams, Pickens, BTJ, Diggs. Pickens. But besides Pickens, I'd probably start this week Adams or Diggs. BTJ would be the guy I wouldn't consider. Got my tea back as we have hit 400 followers. Who was the 400th? I completely didn't even realize I hit 400 followers on TikTok. So, heck yeah. That means on TikTok, we have passed up YouTube. Because I'm not nearly 400 on YouTube. If you haven't followed me on YouTube, you should go over and follow, because that's what you should do. Let's see here. Matt K asking Romeo Dobbs playing Cincinnati or Kendrick Bourne playing Tampa Bay. I'm going to go Bourne just because there's a lot of mouths to feed in Green Bay right now against Cincinnati. Even though Dobbs might have a decent day, it looks like it's going to be a Mac Jones Bourne game again. And that game's going to be competitive. So believe in the Mac Jones. This week, though, is going to be interesting. There's a couple good spots to look for fantasy. Obviously, the Packers-Bengals game. Really juicy fantasy-wise. Cowboys, Panthers looks juicy fantasy-wise. I'm putting a lot of stock in the Panthers being able to overcome the Cowboys team. I think their defense is not very good. I think the Cowboys will win that game, but I think there's a lot of fantasy points to be had there. Alguero, Ridley or Haskins this week. I'm going to go Ridley just because we don't totally know what Haskins' workload's going to be like. But appreciate all you guys stopping in and saying hello here on a Saturday afternoon. Some college football games going on today. Alabama with the win against Mizzou. Matt K, thank you for the follow. And also, we got, Ohio State beating the crap out of in Illinois, even though it was kind of close at one point. John, Dan Jones or Mac Jones? I'm going Dan Jones. Jair Alexander, the one and only, definitely the player, not just some guy named Jair Alexander. New England defense or Cleveland defense? I'm going to go with, let's look at matchups. New England defense. Would you start Haskins or Dowdle? I'd start Dowdle. You know he's the starter, unlike Haskins. Appreciate all of you guys coming out and supporting the stream today. We're almost to 500. We're almost to 500 straight followers, which is wild. I always want to say subscribers, but it's not subscribers on TikTok. Jair Alexander asking Bryce Young or Mac Jones. I'm going to go with Bryce Young this week. I'm pretty high on his potential against the Cowboys. So, also let me know, is the music too loud? Is it too quiet? Is it annoying? Do you like it? Max, thanks for the follow. Appreciate you. Taking a look at the Max saying trade Ferguson and for Waddle. I have McBride. Yeah, I like that. I think there's good upside there. You're going to get good return on investment. I think with that. Jair asking Ridley, DK, or Diggs. Pick 2. I'd probably go Ridley Diggs. Ridley Diggs is where I'm going to go. So fantasy wise, we got last stream. We got all the way to the Arizona Indianapolis game because after that, everyone just the chat started going crazy. Look at the Charger Dolphins game. The Chargers, obviously, there's a lot of fantasy points for the Chargers in this situation against the Dolphins, a defense that's been struggling, a team that's just in free fall right now. I do expect the Dolphins to put up a good fight against the Chargers. The Chargers are so banged up, and this one is in Miami, but it's just, this is going to be it. This has been a tough stretch for these two teams. Morgan, start Henderson or Michael Carter. Probably Michael Carter this week, but if you're starting either of those guys, I'm not feeling great. The Saints in the the Patriots game, guys should be starting in that one. Diggs is a good start against the Saints. Also, Drake May would not be starting. Rattler, obviously. Hey, I don't think I'd be starting most Saints skill position players against the Patriots. Maybe Kamara and Miller, but those guys I feel low flex potential for me. Patriots Hunter Henry, if you need a tight end and he's out there, good potential there. Also, the Patriots defense, good potential. Browns Steelers game, fantasy wise, interesting because it should be a pretty ugly game defensively. I do believe in if I'm anyone on the Steelers, probably a DK. Receivers probably would have the best day. I don't believe in the run game against the Browns that much. Don't take either of these defenses unless it's a Pittsburgh against Browns, but that's about it. Izzy, should I start Stafford or Jane Daniels? I'd start Jane Daniels. I think he's going to be a more competitive game. Bryce on IG, pick 3, Gibbs, Dowdle, Judkins, Dobbins. I'm going to go Gibbs, Judkins, Dobbins. 80, thank you for the follow. DK or K9? I'll probably go K9. So we're up to 402 followers here on TikTok. Over 300 and something on YouTube, so appreciate that. But take a look, since, when we have these little breaks and questions, I'm going to keep going over to the preview game, which is next one is the Cowboys Panthers. Oh, I'll give you my prediction for each of these games too. I have the Broncos over the Jets. I think it's going to be a competitive game, but I think Broncos win that one in the end. Cardinals Colts. I have the Colts. Chargers Dolphins. I have the Chargers beating the Dolphins pretty handily in the end, though I think there's going to be some offense. But I think the Patriots Saints. I have the Patriots. Browns Steelers. I think it's a sneaky game against the Steelers, but I do think the Steelers do pull that one out. In the end, just rookie quarterbacks against Mike Tomlin, not a great matchup. Uncommon. Rome, Debo, Devontae, sit 1. I'd probably sit Devontae this week. Jack Conklin. I'm 5-0, just trade Kenneth Walker for Travis Etienne. Any thoughts? I like it. I think you upgrade in long-term potential, possibly, there. Though I think they're very similar players. Adam FX, start Goff or Caleb? I'd start Goff. Uncommon. Rome, Debo, Devontae. So answer that one. Brandon, Ertz or Njoku? I'm going to go with Ertz. Mikey, I have Jake Ferguson and QJ. I would be able to trade them for Gibbs. Do it. Judkins or Rashad White? Judkins. Mikey, answer that one. Ave, asking Herbert or Love. I'm going to go with Herbert. Judkins or Rashad White? I am going to go with Judkins. Cass, Fannin or Mason Taylor? I'm going to go Taylor. Might just be that guy. Who should I pick up? Olave or Shaheed? Olave is the more consistent. Shaheed's going to be your boomer bust. So it depends if you need a certain amount of points or if you just if you need someone to go off, you take Shaheed. But if you need just like I need a sure thing, go Olave. Danae, Ridley over McDowell, McMillan, or Chase. I'd probably go him over Chase this week. Also, thank you for the follow, Ashton. Mikey, would the Gibbs owner take that, or would he just laugh in my face? Mike, it depends if he needed a tight end. Maybe he'd take it. I wouldn't take it, but that's just me. Jay Moore, Kendrick Bourne. I'm gonna go with Bourne this week. Lunch, Di, Mayor Nix, Bay. Cody Huffman, Mizzou just sold against the Lamb. Absolutely, dude. I was just watching that game before I started this live. Brutal ending of that game. Oh, gonna jump over to YouTube for an answer to the comments over there. JC Reyes, flex position, half PPR, Ridley or Pollard? This is a good question. I would probably go this week Ridley because I think that's gonna be a competitive game between those two teams. But it should be a good matchup. Avery, thank you for the follow over on TikTok. I don't know, or IDK, thank you for the follow as well. Ale, Baker Mayfield. I'm gonna go with Baker Mayfield or Drake May. I'm gonna go with May this week. Thoughts on BTJ this week? Same as every week. Super inconsistent, and I hate having him on my fantasy team. Hunter Henry, Darren Waller. I'm gonna go with Hunter Henry. May or Daniels. I'm gonna go with May this week. I think he's gonna have a good week. Caden, Javante or Rico? I'm going to go Javante. But yeah, I going back to predictions, our little between guests, between answers. Dallas, Carolina. I do think Dallas wins. I think there's a ton of fantasy points on the table there for both those teams. Both those teams have a ton of fantasy points on the table. Sam asking Baker or Knicks? Baker, absolutely. Sandy. Debo or Ridley? I'll go with Ridley. Prater or Panero? Let's go Prater. Go Broncos. Nathan, Quentin Johnson or Drake London? Drake London for me. Here, I can do this. Patrick or Darnold, I'd go Patrick Mahomes. Let's see here. Can I do this, Mabob? The Nursing Life over on YouTube asking, do you think the Rams win this week? Let's take a look at their schedule. Let's take a look. Shall we? The Rams playing the who are they playing? I'm blanking on who they're playing. Ravens. Yeah, they're gonna slap them because no Lamar. The entire Ravens team's hurt. So I definitely take the Ravens this week. Where was I? Undefined, McConkey or Godwin? I'd go Godwin with no Evans. Sam, Sutton or Devontae Adams? I'd go with Sutton. Undefined. And you? Yeah. There we go. Mario asking, I got Jacobs, Dowdle, Judkins, and Dobbins. What three should I go with? I'd go with Jacobs, Judkins, Dowdle. Oh, Caden saying Godwin is out. Oh, I missed that. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. See here on the injury tracker. On Godwin. Yeah, Pearsall's out too. Yeah, Bucky's out. Godwin's out. Oh, dang. Yeah. So if you have what's his name? Emeka Ibuka, get that going. Monta, I have Gibbs, Javonte Puka, and Waddle starting. Do I put Garrett Wilson and Dowdle in my flex? Dowdle. Put Dowdle because I don't like Garrett Wilson against Patrick Stan. Gabba, trade AJ Brown for Olave. Yeah. I mean, I think you might lose some. You lose potential because AJ Brown has probably the higher ceiling if they figure stuff out. But right now, with how the offense is playing, I don't mind selling my stock there. Nathan, pick one to start. Olave, Odunze, Johnson. Odunze. Ian Bro, Hunter Henry, or Mason Taylor. I also have Stephon in my lineup, so I'm not sure about Henry. I think you don't care. Just put him in. Laporta or Mason Taylor? Laporta. Aiden, should I start Jalen Warren or Rico Dowdle? Dowdle, because Warren's playing the Browns. Jack, Mario, thank you for the follow. Jack, Laporta or Mason Taylor? I said that one. Laporta. Looking ahead here. Ladd or Kendrick Bourne? Ladd. Alejandro, Jennings or Ridley? Well, this week because of Pearsall being out, Jennings is high, but I am going to go Ridley because I think that offense is going to get some things going this week. Justin Jefferson for Olave, Addison, Waddle. Need depth and a lot of players injured. I think that's fine. Addison, you have the upside with Waddle there. So, start three. Odunze, Debo, QJ, Waddle, or Pittman. I'm going to go with Odunze, Debo, and Pittman. Over on YouTube, John Abruzzo, trade Mahomes for Lamar. I'm 3-2 right now. I think that's a bit of reinventing the wheel, to be honest. I think that I think you have a great fantasy quarterback. You don't need to big brain it. Just hold on to him, improve your roster other places. Unless you're getting other pieces back, I just think both those guys are such good fantasy quarterbacks. You don't need a big brain it. You're doing okay. Don't fidget too much on your team. J-Rod, start Kendrick Bourne this week. Yes, with no Pearsall. And, you never know. You never know. Could have Bourne or Ridley. I would go Ridley. Like, if you have a better option than Bourne, go with him. But don't be afraid to start Bourne. Olave or Chase, and Chase is questionable this week. Might just be that guy. Thank you for the follow. I would just not start Chase until you've seen a game with him with Joe Flacco, is my opinion. Aiden, for my tight end, should I do Kincaid or Hunter Henry? I'd do Kincaid. JG3, should I do Henry or Myers for CD? Henry and Myers for CD. If that's Hunter Henry, absolutely. If that's Derrick Henry, still absolutely. I think CD's going to go off. Thank you for the follow. I missed your name. I'll get that. Ahmad saying help. I would love to help you. As soon as I see your chat, I will tell you. Answer. Big Boyle. Mason, thank you for the follow. Start Bonex with Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones. Gangsta J-Dog. Start Debo or Keenan Allen. Remember, guys, if you spam the chat, more likely I'm going to miss your question. So just put it in once. I'm about 40 questions behind. I'm going to catch up. Because some of you guys spammed because you weren't listening. Con Air, Croxy Mare, or Brees Hall. I'm going to go JCM. Yep. Might be that guy. Thank you for the share. I appreciate it. Share it to a friend who needs some fantasy help. All the winless teams in your guys' fantasy league, send this to them. They need the help. Big Lou, Bourne or Ridley? Ridley. Debo or K. Allen? I'm going to go with K. Allen. Kenji, need help. Mason Taylor or Kraft? Kraft. Catching up. Hey, don't worry, Gangsta J-Dog. I got you, man. I just had to catch up. Mason, start two. Pickens, Javonte, and Dowdle. Pickens and Javonte. Invest in the Cowboys offense this week. BS Lavens, Travis Etienne, and Jacoby Myers. Etienne. Maddox, Stevenson, or Shakir. Kenji, thank you for the rose. Let me get down to your question. I did answer your question, unless you have a second one, which I will get to as well. But I'd go with Kraft. just to reiterate. Cole Williams is K9 for Shakir, bad or good? I think it's about even. And Luke Tompkins, Laporta, or Hunter Henry? Why? I'd go with Laporta. I think they're going to be that's going to be a shootout with them and the Chiefs. And they're just in the better offense. But Hunter Henry's also a solid option this week. I think both of them are really good fantasy this week, especially. Sam, Jacobs and Metcalf for Gibbs and Harrison. Yeah, I like that. I think Metcalf and Harrison are both very similar. High upside, but low floor. A Big Lou, Kamara, or K9. Kamara's injured this week, so I'd go K9. Gangsta J-Dog saying, bro, you didn't even answer my question. Yes, I did, man. You got to pay attention. I start Debo or K. Allen, A. I said start what did I say? I said start Keenan Allen this week. I got you. Don't you worry. It's Adam. Adunze Adams or White. I'd go with Rashad White with no Bucky Irving this week. Poot. McConkey or Metcalf? McConkey. Kurt shared the live. Thank you for the share. Appreciate you. Kenji with the question, Kenneth Walker or Haskins? I'm going to go with Kenneth Walker this week. Adams answered your question. Johnny V, thank you for the follow. And Jose, thank you for the rose. Jose. Johnny V, your question was trade Higgins for Algier. I have Bijan. I think hold on to Higgins. Blake, I'm really stuck, man. Keenan Allen, Chase Browns, or Diggs? I go with, out of those ones this week, I'm probably going with Diggs. If not Diggs, Keenan Allen, and then hold on to Brown. Hope that Joe Flacco helps that offense. Gio, thank you for the follow. Miguel, Kyler, or Darnold? I'm going to go with Darnold. Gio, Dobbs, or BTJ? I'm going to go BTJ. Let's see here. Jose, you said Brees or Diggs at flex. I'm going to go Diggs. Over on YouTube, how much do you want for... How much for you to do my fantasy? Interesting. Regan, Njoku or Ertz? I go with Ertz. Let's see here. Gonna catch up a little bit here, guys, because I'm getting a little bit behind. So if I miss one of you, don't be bad. It's a good time to just say, hey, Hammer, you missed my comment. And I'll get right back to you. Shane, Ridley or Warren? I'm gonna go Ridley this week. Haskins or Warren? Haskins this week because I'm not feeling the Steelers offense against the Browns. Montgomery or JT? I'm going to go with JT. He's your weekly start. Never bench JT. 201, thank you for the follow. 201, Laporta or Tongues? I'm going to go Laporta. Kenji, why K9 over Haskins even with Haskins matchup against Dolphins? Because we don't know with Haskins how much they're going to use him. We know K9 is going to get usage. Haskins, he's a good matchup, but we also know they're going to use Vidal. And I think they're going to go with some sort of a committee. Emeka or Chase, the meme podcast. Emeka, because both Godwin and Evans are out this week. So go Zach Ertz or Darren Waller. The Don says, I'm going to go with Darren Waller. Nope, Zach Ertz. Do I trust Chase or bench him for Sutton McMillan? I'd bench him this week. Probably McMillan would be my guy. Big Chungus, Worthy or Brian Thomas? I'm going to go Worthy this week. Jacob asking Stafford or Allen? I'm going to go with Allen. I think Stafford isn't going to have to throw in that much. And it also might be raining. McBride or Laporta? I'll go with McBride. Noah Duval. Pittman or Johnson? Pittman. Dominic, Chase, or Bill and Flex? I'm going to go with Bill this week. Big Chungus answered you. Going to catch up a little bit. Remember, guys, more you spam, the more likely I'm going to miss something. Clips asking Jacobs and T for JSN. Gabba, thank you for the follow. Gabba saying trade AJ, Chuba, and Ridley for Rice. I think you're giving up a lot there because AJ can still be good, and so can Ridley. So I think you're giving up way too much value there for, I wouldn't say, enough. Damien, I answered. I'd go with Haskins there. Joel 11, trade ATN for Johnston. I think they're about equal value. So if you need a receiver, it's fair. Zed, I have Caleb and JD5. I want to start JD5, but I feel like Caleb would perform better because of JCM. I'd probably go Caleb, to be honest. Lad or BTJ. I go Lad. Clips going Jacobs and T Higgins for JSN. No, I think you're trading way too much value there. Way too much value. You're getting rid of Jacobs and T Higgins. No. Is Jason Mayers a good starting kicker? Yeah. Look for offenses. Offenses that are good but don't convert in the red zone a lot. You want guys to kick field goals. Jose, thank you for 2 rows. I didn't even notice you did 2 rows. I said it to 1, but I don't know if you did another one. Randy Fish or Joel 11. Start Golden or Shepard. I'd probably start Golden. Randy Fish, trade Pickens and Sutton for Mecca. My other receivers are Chase, Wilson, and Keenan. I think that I'd rather hold on to Pickens and Sutton, to be honest. Jordan Love or Matthew Stafford? I go Jordan Love. I don't care if your running backs all on the same team. Just start Jordan Love. Not that Stafford's going to have a bad week. Don't get me wrong. Sacred Salt GP, Stafford or Jordan Love? I'm going to go with Jordan Love. Luke, Judkins or Bill? Week 6, Judkins. Fam. Sit or start Cam Ward. I think this is the week to start Cam Ward if you're going to start him, but he's not a top 12 starter to me. So if you have one of the more typical starters, go with that guy. Jason Goldberg, start Fields or Mac Jones. If those are your options, man, I feel bad for you. I go with Mac Jones. Isaiah, thank you for the follow. Connor Hampton, Goff or Mac Jones? Goff. Undefined, rest of the season, Judkins or Kamara? Judkins. Absolutely. Isaiah. Oh, there was a follow. Thank you for the follow. Clips, Judkins and Kittle for Mecca and Buka. Nope. Judkins is the best player in that. You're giving up the best player, and you're not. When you're giving up the more players and the best player, that's a loss to me. Braden, Flex, BTJ, ETN, or JCM? Just go JCM. Isaiah, who should I start, Dak or Daniels this week? Dak. Big Lou, trade Debo, Theo, Ramadre for Pittman, Hunter, Henry, and K9. That's fair value. Looking at the rest of the week, because we got about halfway through. We go through these little flurries of questions. Also, I still have my tea. Go with Seattle-Jacksonville. Interesting game after Jacksonville. Super big emotional win against the Ravens. Huge what they did. To be able to pull out what they did was super impressive to me against the Chiefs. Consistency is what they need to do. The Seattle defense is very, very challenging. Mike McDaniels is an incredible defensive coordinator. He gives you a lot of confusing looks as a quarterback. Lawrence has the IQ, but we've seen him make dumb decisions over and over. I have the Seattle Seahawks winning this game. User, Tongues or Njoku? Tongues. J.K. Dobbins for Ferguson. It's fair trade. Isaiah, actually, I think you win with Ferguson because Dobbins is going to be in the committee at some point this season. Isaiah, what about wide receiver Quentin Johnson or Odunze? I'm going to go Odunze. Ian, Otten this week. I'm open to it. I'm not like a huge Kate Otten fan, but like I'm fine with it, you know? But I'm not going to like stake my reputation on Kate Otten. Rams, Ravens already said I think the Rams are going to blow them out. It's probably going to be closer than we expect for the first half, but I think overall they're just going to win. Luca, start Jerry Jeudy or Keon Coleman. Keon Coleman. I have Jerry Jeudy talking about, especially with a rookie quarterback. I just don't. I want to see him do it once. Isaiah, Trey McBride or Ferguson. I'm going to go McBride. But both are good options. Jack, if you have both those guys, you probably should trade one. Jack, Ladd or Jennings? Ladd. Otten over Tongues then. Probably. But I think both of them are a little bit about the same kind of shot. Willie Sutton, Hassan Haskins or Xavier Worthy. Kenji, DK Romeo, Dobbs, Trey Tucker. In the order that you sent it. But this week I'd probably put Dobbs over DK because of the matchup. Big Lou, Derek Henry, and JSN for Tua and Dart. Why are you trading for 2 quarterbacks? And why are you trading for Tua? Big Lou. My man, what are you doing? Why are you trading for Tua? I get, like, he puts up points, but, like, don't trade away Derrick Henry. He's going to be fine. He's going to be fine after the bye. Willie Sutton saying Xavier Worthy or Calvin Ridley. I'm going to go with Calvin Ridley. Eric Johnson, relation to the guitar player, I wonder. Asking Diggs or Wilson. I'm going to go with Diggs. Aiden or Adya saying, would you trade, hey, thank you for the follow, Adya. Would you trade Keenan and T for Rico Dowdle? No, I would not. User, start Henry, Flournoy, or Vidal at flex. I go Henry. Over on YouTube, asking, will you ever not be a Bronco fan? Nope, I'm a Bronco fan for life, through thick and through thin. Kenji Lafferty asking, should I start Romeo Dobbs still, even though I'm starting Tucker Kraft and Josh Jacobs? Yeah. Don't worry too much about doubling up. Don't worry about it. Yeah, good luck. I appreciate you. Appreciate it, bro. Wasn't trying to get fleeced. Yeah, I don't want you to get fleeced. Because Rico Dowdle, the reason is, if Rico Dowdle is not like I don't want to invest in the Panthers' long-term success right now. Adia saying, go Broncos. Yeah, right there. Hell yeah. That's my favorite chatter right now. Evan Lynn saying, should I start Baker Mayfield or Jordan Love? Jordan Love. Clips asking, Jalen Warren, Kittle for Derrick Henry. That's a good trade, actually. I'd take Derrick Henry in that. Yeah. Emerson, start Bourne or T. Higgins. Bourne this week, Higgins long-term. Charlie 9, Stephon or Garrett this week. Stephon. Garrett's going up against Patrick Strand. He shuts guys down. I've been telling you guys this all week. Bigelow saying, Tua puts up points, though. Yeah, you're not wrong. But you're getting rid of Derrick Henry. Meh. I don't know why. I don't believe in trading for two quarterbacks. Trading for one, maybe, but two. Maxi, should I start JCM or Monty? Monty. Jesus asking Darnold or Caleb. I'll go Caleb. Bino saying Jatavion Sanders, Trey Tucker, or Burden in flex. I take the shot at Burden this week. Dak or Stafford? Dak. Easy. I get Stafford's playing the Ravens, but I think the Panthers game is going to be more competitive. Kenny, Ladd or Ridley? I'm going to go with Ridley. Zach, thank you for the follow. I remember you. You were here yesterday, I believe. So thank you for coming back. Dak, I answered that one. Sam, thank you for the follow as well. DK or Drake London? Rob, I'm going with Drake London. Akash Woods, start to White, Dowdle, Javonte. I'm going to be going with Javonte and White because there's no Bucky Irving this week. Him's asking Rico and Chuba for Ferguson. I'd go with that. Yeah, I like getting Ferguson out of that. Charlie 9, Kenneth or Garrett and Flex? No, do not start Garrett Wilson. Garrett Wilson is playing the best cornerback or one of the best cornerbacks in the league. He shuts down all the number one receivers he plays. That's a terrible matchup for fantasy purposes. I'd start practically anyone over Garrett Wilson this week. Sam, Adunze, Olave, Michael Carter for Tet. Tet and London. Yeah, I think that's fair. I think London and Adunze are fair value. Tet, Olave. I think you win with Tet, and then you putting Michael Carter in there. I'd take London, Tet. Yeah. Oh, Supnick. That's what it. Oh, Supnick. There. Trade ETN and Pickens for BTJ. No, I think the Cowboys offense can support two receivers. Cameron, pick 2. Myers, Shakir, Dobbs. I don't like any of them. I'll go Shakir Myers. Andrew, Olave, Tyler Warren, Bourne. Start 2. Bourne, Tyler Warren. Barner or Waller? Waller. Him, who do you think will finish run back one rest of the season? CMC or Gibbs? I don't think it will be either of them. Because I think that CMC will probably have an injury. Gibbs will loses too much value to what's his name, Montgomery. I think RB1 the rest of the season. Man, there's really not another. I think Josh Jacobs might has a chance to finish RB1, which is kind of wild, but I don't think it's going to be Gibbs, even though he's been fantastic. Caleb, Darren Waller or Hunter Henry? Waller. Nah, I'm going to go Hunter Henry this week. Because of matchup. Logan Lucas, Mayfield or Caleb Williams over on YouTube. If you haven't followed me on YouTube, over on TikTok, follow me on YouTube. And YouTube, if you haven't followed me on TikTok, follow me on TikTok. It's the same name in both places. I would take Caleb Williams this week because Mayfield is out without his entire team. Caleb Williams should be in a shootout and should be pretty good. On TikTok, Ian Pasteur saying start Trey Tucker. Meh. Ben asking K9 or BTJ. I go BTJ. Brian, trade Hubbard for Pickens. Yes, I like Kenton Pickens. Spencer McGee. Should I play Njoku or Darren Waller? I go Waller. Roman asking Barner or Waller. I'm going to go Waller. Him, CMC, Gibbs. Who do you pick? I take Gibbs. Matthias Go 408. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate you, my man. Or he doesn't necessarily have to be a man. That's my dude. Finn Bennett. Dude is gender neutral. So, Derrick Henry for Bill and Michael Carter. No, I want to keep Derrick Henry. Kyle Mooney, London, Judkins, or Ridley? Judkins. I'm going to go this week. I'm going to go Judkins, Ridley, London, actually, because I think the Logan Lucas, I got you, man. I got you over on YouTube. I said I'd go with Caleb Williams this week. Just because of the matchup and because Baker doesn't have anyone playing with him this week. Clips, thank you for the follow. Undefined, saying Henderson or Godwin rest of the season. Godwin. God, thank you for the follow. Hopefully that worked out for you, Logan Lucas. Thanks for the question. Cameron asking Derrick Henry or Michael Carter. Derrick Henry. SoFi, related to the stadium. Trade Hampton and McBride for Henry. I think you're giving up value there, but Henry will be better sooner than Hampton. So if you need a running back sooner, I'd go with Henry because Hampton's hurt, obviously. Clips, Jacobs and T for Jefferson. If you need a receiver, that's okay, and you have the running backs to give up, I'm okay with it. But outside of that, I think that you're giving up too much value. Zach, BTJ or risk Matt Golden upside against the Bengals? I'd risk it because BTJ is a risk anyways. Finn Bennett, I answered you on that one. QB and Slime, which 3 receivers should I start? Flowers, London, Adams, QJ, Judy. Absolutely not Flowers, London, Adams, QJ. I would not start Judy or Flowers this week. Let's see here. Chase asking Tongues or Andrews? Tongues this week. G asking Garrett or Ridley? No Garrett, absolutely on Ridley. Undefined, it's you gonna catch up. Oh my goodness, 71 questions. Guys, gotta stop spamming the chat. Don't spam the chat. I'm gonna because I gotta skip ahead. So you guys are gonna I'm gonna get missed and then you'll get mad. Put it in once, and then if I miss you, you can say, hey Hammer, you missed me. You guys know this. I keep having to train you. Hulk asking pick 3. Sutton, Ladd, Metcalf, or Debo. I'm gonna go Sutton, Debo, Ladd this week. Swift for Kamara. I think it's fair value. It's about the same. Mahomes versus Detroit or May against the Saints. I think Mahomes versus Detroit. The upside's incredible there. Start 2, Marv, Keenan, Diggs. I'm going to go with Keenan, Diggs. Ryan Gianni, do I trust Chase or bench him for Sutton, McMillan? I'd bench him for Sutton or McMillan. I would probably go McMillan, but that's more of a risk than Sutton. So it depends on how much of a risk you want. But don't trust Chase until we see him with Joe Flacco. Shakir or Myers? I would go Shakir. Irving saying Swift or for Kamara, I go. I think I said I think it's fair value. Ben saying trade Marvin Harrison for Jordan Mason. I think I'd rather hold on to Jordan Harrison or Marvin Harrison. I mean Harrison, Rico or Javante. Undefined. Hey Hammer, you missed me. I'm so sorry. I'm giving Fields bench QB, DK and ETN for Godwin, Kamara, Sutton. Love it. I like selling your stock on Fields. NFL Fantasy 101 saying Kamara or Myers. I'm going to go with... Can I pick neither? Can I bench both? Probably Myers. Nick, Kamara, Golden, or JMO? Golden. Because I think Kamara's a lot more hurt than we thought. Dennis, thank you for the follow. I missed saying that. Colby saying Zay Flowers, Drake London, or Marvin Harrison Jr. Marvin Harrison Jr. Sorry, Drake London, then Marvin Harrison Jr. Definitely not on Zay Flowers. Angelic, London, Odunze, Pickens. Pick one. Pickens, because there's no CeeDee Lamb this week. Chase Brown or Haskins. Colby, thank you for the follow. Start Fields or Knicks. Dennis asking Waller or Kraft. I'm going to go Kraft. Zach Bucky for Jetta straight up. Yeah, that's a good trade. That's your I think probably fleecing because Jettas have the potential to be the number 1 receiver in the league, fantasy wise. Darian, JSN, and Scat for Wilson Rice. Yes, good. Tim J, pick 3. Tet, Olave, Sutton, Chase, Brown. This week, Tet, Olave, Sutton. Golden or Ladd. Cameron, Michael Carter, Myers, or Dobbs in the flex. I'm going to go Dobbs. Chase Brown or Haskins. I'm going to go Haskins. Tet or Pickens. Dylan Riley, Judy, Shepard, or Franklin. Franklin out of those ones. Darian, JSN, and Scat for Wilson Rice. I think I answered you already on this one, but I don't. I think it's fine. Spencer McKee, do you think RJ Harvey will cook this week? No, I don't. I actually broke this down in a video on my channel, but I don't think the big thing that's holding him back is his problems in pass protection. Once he fixes that, I think we're going to see him a whole lot more. NFL Fantasy 101. I also have Henderson and Judy. I don't know. I like Henderson, but Judy, I know I'm a Bronco fan, but like he's just objectively been very inconsistent, and he doesn't have a good quarterback right now. Kyron or London at flex, Andrew ass. I'm going to go Kyron. MX, Scadaboo for Derrick Henry. You're trading high on Scadaboo and getting Henry low. I like it. I like the way you think. JX, thank you for the follow. Daniel saying Sam Laporta or Kincaid. I'm going to go Laporta. Bucky for Jamar Chase. No. JC, thank you for the follow. I'd hold on to Bucky because we don't know what Jamar Chase is going to be this season. Even though I believe he's going to be better with Flacco, I'm not going to sell that high of an asset on him. 201, Laporta or Tongues? Laporta. MX, Scadaboo for Derrick Henry. Yes, I answered you on that one. JX, Waddle, Rice, Chase Brown for Hampton, Diggs, Kamara, Godwin. Yes. Dowdle or Haskins at flex? I lean Dowdle. I lean Dowdle as well. Gary Collins, Raiders or Patriots D? Patriots D. I think the Raiders games are going to be close. T-Law, PPR. T-Law or Fields? I'm going to go T-Law. Henry asking Waddle or Judkins? Judkins. Logan is better asking T-Law or Fields. I answered that one. Michael, trade one. Zayd, Garrett Wilson, or BTJ? I think that you're going to get the most value for BTJ. Yeah. JC asking Rashad White or Rico Dowdle. I think I'm going to go White this week. Luis Perez. Remember, guys, don't spam the chat. I'm about 33 messages back. So if I'm not seeing the new messages right now. I'm trying to catch up because I'm trying to give all of you a chance and answer everyone's questions. So if you spam the chat, more likely TikTok glitches out and spams me to the beginning, and then I miss a bunch of messages. Luis Perez, JCM or Derrick Henry. This week, JCM, long-term Derrick Henry. Bob, Vidal or Haskins? I think Haskins, just what I've seen, it seems that they're leaning more toward him, but both are shot in darks. Trevor, I answered you on that one about I'd go with Dowdle. Gonna skip up because it looks like you guys were spamming. Luca says Mason Taylor, Evan Ingram. I'm gonna go Mason Taylor. JCM or Derrick Henry. Luis Perez, I said this week JCM. Later I'd go Derrick Henry. Ryan, Stafford or JD5? I'm going to go with JD5 this week. Drop Rams D or for Raiders D? No, keep the Rams D. Nick Chubb lover, don't worry about it. You're Nick Chubb lover. You get a pass. It's fine. I get everyone wants their questions answered. Like, I get it. That's why I try to take the time to answer everyone's questions, especially on these. You don't know that I haven't missed you. That's why I say that. Hey, by the way, guys, I'm not missing you. I'm just trying to keep up. Hey, Plukas, thank you for the rose. I appreciate you. User Chase Brown and Worthy for Judkins. I like that trade. Dak or Drake May. I'm going to go Dak. Take a break. We'll go over to YouTube. Andrew, Tez Johnson or Luther Burton. I'm going to go with Luther Burton this week. I think he has a chance to pop off. So I think that's a good shot this week. Declan Fleming, Olave. Hey, Brock Purdy, the one, the only Brock Purdy following. Rest up that foot. Nick Chubb lover, thank you for the follow as well. Declan, I'd go with Keenan. Amir or Amar, Jalen Warren and Marvin for Rice. Yeah. 505, I did answer to you. JD5 or Stafford, I go JD5. Zach Broad, Bucky for Garrett Wilson. I'd rather have Bucky. Ash, David Montgomery, Calvin Ridley, or Jalen Warren. David Montgomery, in the order that you sent it is the order I view them. LW, decent trade for me. He gets Saquon, and Lad, I get JCM, Rico, and Mike Evans. I think you lose a little value, but it's okay. Daniel Carrillo, Waddle or DK. Didn't hear if you answered. I don't know if I got you, actually. So I would go this week, Waddle, because DK is going up against a really good defense. Chase Brown, user, I did answer you. Worthy, I'd go with the Judkins side of that deal. Plukas, again, thank you for the rose. Start 2, BTJ, Keenan, Pittman, Flowers. This week, I'm going with Sammy, thank you for the follow. I'm going with Keenan and Pittman this week. NFL Fantasy Football 101, sleeper kicker this week. I think both of the London kickers, so the Jets and the Broncos kickers, I think, London games tend to have more field goals, I've noticed. Miggy, thank you. It says, sup, bud. Hey, sup, man. Good to see you. Ash, I answered you. NFL Fantasy 101 saying idea sign that says don't spam. Yeah, I really do. I'll put it like right here. Just like don't spam the chat. Because the thing is, one person spams, and then everyone goes, "Oh shoot! I'm gonna get my message is gonna get missed," and everyone spams, and then I look down and I'm like 70 messages behind it, and I'm like, "Oh crap! I gotta catch up." LW, I think it's an okay trade. I don't love it, but it's fine. Nick Chubb, lover, Chase Brown, and Derrick Henry. Nico, Jalen Warren, or Michael Carter. I'm going to go Michael Carter, actually, this week. User, trade T-Mac for Sutton. W, don't trust Bryce. That's fair. I think you got fair value from that. I think you just swapped similar players. I like the upside of T-Mac, but I don't bother. It doesn't bother me you jumped off the bandwagon at all. Nate saying Dak or Jaden. Dak. Cole, Mason, and Swift for Giante. Yeah, good. Miggy, got a guy who needs help. Offer JK and Deepu for JJ and Bo Nix. What is with you guys today in trading for 2 quarterbacks? Don't trade for 2 quarterbacks. If you need to trade for 1, that's fine, but you can always stream a guy for the 1 week that they're off. Out of those 2, I'd rather have Bo Nix every week. I don't like getting rid of those. I think you lose value on that trade. I'm sorry, Miggy, but I just don't love that trade. If you're getting JK and Tebow, that's disgusting. He should never accept it, and if he did, that's the trade of the stream. To be fair, to be clear, Sammy flex Dobbins or JCM. I'd flex Dobbins. Mickey said also offered another guy who needs RB, Brees for Waddle. Fair? Yeah, I think that's fair. I think that's a pretty fair. I'd trade him before the Bronco game because that game. Well, I think Hall will have a decent game against the Broncos. Dak or Jaden? I go Dak. Steven Haskins or Vidal? I go Haskins. I think Vidal is going to get carries, but they seem to lean toward Haskins. Anonymous, which receivers can I sell Saquon for? Don't sell Saquon right now. He's at the lowest value. You're not going to get fair value back. He has the potential to be elite once they figure out they just need to hand him the ball. Trade him now, you're guaranteed to lose that trade. But if you do trade him, you're only going to be able to trade him for wide receiver 2 or flex options. Nico saying start Jalen Warren or Michael Carter. I'm starting Michael Carter this week just because of the matchup. Will saying start 3. Tet, Marvin Harris Jr., BTJ, Garrett, Pittman, Odunze. I would go with Tet, Pittman, Odunze this week. Do not start Garrett. I think he means Jefferson. Oh, yeah. Jettas. Okay, that makes way more sense. There's a problem with having 2 JJs on the same team. In that case, I like the trade a lot, actually. So, if you're still here, I rescind my critique of you. And I didn't understand why. I thought JJ McCarthy, which would have made no sense. Anonymous, which receiver? I did answer that. I have JT, Kyron Judkins already, along with having Dunze Adams. Try to go for a Sutton. Is the guy I'd go for. Sutton. But you're going to lose that trade long term, just so you know. But if you're okay with that, that's fine. Trevor saying traded Juwan and Odunze for Rico. I have Shuba and Diggs. W or L? I think it's a W. It's a quiet W. It's like a nice. Love or Mayfield? Love this week. Sammy Dobbins is my flex. Johan, I'm gonna go. I'd like to split up the two. The Tua Waddle stack is a little scary. Caleb, I think is gonna have a good week. Dowdle or Quinshawn? Quinshawn Judkins. Anyone who there's 2 of you who asked about Quinshawn Judkins. Start him. Maddox, thank you for the follow. Master Yoda, start 2. Dowdle, White, Williams. Go Williams and White. Dre Pickens or BTJ? Pickens. N1 saying trade Henry for Bill. Hold on to Henry. He's going to be good. Just give him some time. Miggy saying, lol, yeah, Jay Jettis. I hope he bites. Yeah, okay. Now that I actually know who you're trading, like I like that trade, and I think it's a good trade. So I just thought you were trading for Bonix and JJ McCarthy, and I was very confused. Remember, guys, don't spam the chat. I'm just gonna miss your chats more. Okay. Sid, start 2. Olave, Ridley, Bourne. I'll go Olave, Ridley. Is my 2 guys. Up to 4K likes. Appreciate you guys, and we're at almost to 425 followers. We just passed 420 followers. Amar saying Rico gonna go down in value a lot after this week. Yeah, probably. Maddox Dowdle or Quinshawn Judkins, please help. Quinshawn Judkins. He's your RB2 the rest of the season. Someone's spamming chat, I can tell. So, whoever you are, you know who you are. No. Moving on to YouTube, because YouTube's not spamming chat. YouTube's just asking a question and being nice and polite. You guys are doing great in YouTube. Andrew asking, Loveland or M. Taylor better hold? I think that I'd rather hold on to Loveland because of the offense. I believe Ben Johnson and getting his tight ends involved. Mason Taylor, I just don't believe in that offense as much. Dylan, what do I do with Derrick Henry at 2-3? Just hold him. Just hold him. He's going to be fine after the bye, but it's going to suck for a little bit. You just have to be patient. Hold. 45 behind, so guys, I'm going to try to skim through here and answer who I haven't. But Aldery, Mahomes or Stafford? Mahomes. Ivan, trade CC for Garrett Williams and Omarion. Have Saquon Swift, Chase Brown, JSN. No, I'd hold on to CD. Hold on to CD. He's going to be really good when he comes back, which is probably next week. Kamara's out. Should I flex Keandre Miller over Pittman or Golden? I'd keep maybe over Golden, but I'd lean toward keeping them. Maya's boyfriend. Say hi to your boyfriend for me. Dunze or Ekbuka. Ekbuka this week because both the other two receivers are out. Daniels or Dak? Dak. Skipping ahead. Keaton, DeAndre Swift or Olave? We can go with Swift this week. A whole lot of Tony. You can never have too much Tony. Dowdle, Rashad, or Achane? I'm going to go with Dowdle, Rashad this week. Skipping ahead, because someone is... Eamon. Who should I start? Diggs or QJ? Diggs. 55-9. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. John Rivera. Trade Mason for White. Yeah, it's okay trade. It doesn't wow me in any ways, but it's fine. Raul Duke saying JD or May. I'd go with May this week. Jumping over to YouTube, Che Ambrose asking full PPR. If Quentin Johnston's out, would that put Keenan Allen ahead of Stephon Diggs or Xavier Worthy this week? Thanks. I would, as my TikTok spammed me to the beginning, so, hey, 55-9, thank you for the follow. I'm glad you're in. I would put, Keenan Allen probably ahead of Diggs, but I'd put Worthy ahead just because he has so much upside. Cody on TikTok saying, start Caleb or Jaden, bunch of Bears defenses back. I'd start Caleb, probably. And then Trevor, I have D5 in May. Try to trade for help. I'd try to trade JD5. I think May. I try to trade May because he has more hype. Over on YouTube, Ivan asking trade CD for Garrett Wilson. I'd hold on to CD. Maddox asking, please help Rico, Bill, or Montgomery. Maddox. Don't just go Montgomery this week. Lloyd Gaming, would you trade Diggs and Harvey for BTJ? Plenty of RB depth to work with. Yeah. I don't love jumping on the BTJ train because he's just been so inconsistent, but yeah, I think it's decent. Back to TikTok. I know I missed some of you guys. Sorry if I missed one of you guys. Doing my best to keep up with everyone. Here are two chats. FXT. Would you start Baker or Allen this week? I'd start Allen. Zaddy. I trade Brees, Higgins, and Jalen Warren for Diggs and Barkley. Higgins, Jalen. Yeah. I think you have a lot of... You're banking on the upside, and I'm okay with that. It's Ryland, London, Johnson, or McMillan. London. Marlon, start Hunter Henry's or Tongues. Hunter Henry. Ryan, Goff or Darnold? Goff. User, Mac or Trevor this week? Trevor. It's Ryland, answered you. Bray asking at flex, start Myers, JCM. Bryce, Marv or BTJ at flex? I'd go with Marv. Jaden, do you think Bryce throws for over 214 tomorrow? Absolutely. I absolutely do. I'm very big on Bryce Young against the Cowboys. If he does do good against the Cowboys, I'm never trusting him again. Alex, Bryce Young or Mac Jones? I'm going to go with Bryce Young because of the matchup. And because his body isn't falling apart. User asking, is trading away Achane and Warren for Hunter Henry, JCM, BTJ, and Pickens good? Yes. Bray, Monty or JCM? Monty. Anthony Matos, Judkins against Steelers or White against San Francisco? I would go with White in that situation. Lloyd Gaming, thank you for the follow over on YouTube. I appreciate it. Moving up in the world on YouTube. Lord, forgive me. What flex should I start? Stevenson, Kamara, Flowers, Judy. I do probably Stevenson this week. Flowers, definitely no. Judy, definitely no. Kamara might be injured. Maddox, can you explain your thoughts on Rico? Why Montgomery over Rico? So my Dowdle, the thing about Dowdle, I like the matchup, so if you have another spot, I'd slot him in. I just think Montgomery's in the better offense. We know he's used consistently, and I think that the Panthers are going to be throwing a lot. Andrew asking, hold Loveland, DJ Giddens? Who do you mean, Andrew? I don't totally know who you mean by Giddens. Anthony, Bryce, Marv or BTJ this week? I'm going to go Marv. Alex, start Bryce Young or Mike Jones? Bryce Young. Lord, forgive me, saying, what flex should I start? I answered you. NYC asking Dak or Goff. I'm going to go Dak. Jaden, do you think I answered you on that one? Remember, guys, the more you spam, the less I see. Boring asking Matthew Stafford or Caleb Williams. I heard there's going to be a bad weather tomorrow. I'm going Caleb Williams because of that, and also I just don't think it's going to be very close. Chris asking Pickens, Judkins for Jacobs, MHJ, and Swift. Who wins? I'd take the Pickens, Judkins side of that trade. Anthony Matos, who to trade? Rice, Adunze, Adams, Waddle. I think Adams probably has the most trade value. Connor, start Sutton, or Johnson, I'd start Sutton. Scadaboo and QJ for Judkins, Sutton. I like that trade. I'd take Judkins, Sutton there. Dak or Herbert, I'm going to take Dak. Scadaboo, but Herbert's going to have a good day. Don't get me wrong. If you have both of them, you should trade one of them. Probably Herbert. Scadaboo, I answered you. Dylan, if Jennings playing Olave, Pittman, pick 2. I'd go Jennings. And then Pittman, then Olave. One, user asking Waddle or Sutton. I'm going to go with Sutton. Now I'm going to go Waddle. I'm going to go Waddle between the two. Tyler Berg, Kendrick Bourne or Kamara. Bourne. Mid, would you do Rice for AJ Brown? AJ Rice. I'd hold on to Rashee Rice and AJ Brown. We just haven't seen what either of them have gotten to do. Make sure you guys over here go follow me on YouTube as well. We're trying to get up to 500 on here and YouTube, so go do it. As we're almost there here on TikTok. Thank you for the follow, JP. It's Hammer Sports on YouTube as well. In case you're wondering, it's the same. Chris answered you. Anthony answered you. Dylan answered you. Tyler answered you. Jay Cliff, Walker or Croxy? I'm gonna go with Walker. Croxy, because he has the PPR. Oh, that DJ. Thank you, Andrew. My brain didn't compute the name. I'd hold on to Loveland just because I'm not a huge believer in handcuffs. I just think it's a wasted roster spot. Typically, sometimes it works out. I'd rather hold on to Loveland because he has the potential to really be a solid tight end this season. That's how I view it. I get a lot of people love handcuffs though. JP, H-Han, or J.K. Dobbins. I'd go with J.K. Dobbins. Alejandro, Kamara / Miller or Ridley. I'd go Ridley this week. Hunter or Kelsey this week. I'm going to go Kelsey. Zach Woods asking Haskins, Pollard, or Henry. I'm probably going to go with Henry just because I think that, the more I think about it, the more I'm like, they're going to have to give the ball to somebody. So, Lynn, Hunter or Kelsey? Did I answer you? I said Kelsey. Catching back up. Sabroni, trade Addison and Charbonnet for BTJ 3-receiver league. I'd hold on to Addison, to be honest. SD6, trade Bijan and Ladd for Jacobs, Pickens, and K9. Don't trade away Bijan. I keep both those. Keep Bijan and Ladd. Ethan asking DK Pittman or BTJ. I'm going to go Pittman. Then BTJ. User asking Puka, London, Higgins, Waddle, Sutton, or Rice. Start 3. I'm going to start London, Waddle, Sutton. London, Waddle, Rice. Actually, I'm going to go pull off of Sutton. Thank you for the follow. Hey, Ethan, you don't need to spam. I got you, my man. 5-star Cole. Derek for BTJ. I think long-term you're going to lose it because I'm big on Derrick Henry after the bye. Alejandro, thank you for the follow. Anthony Mantos, if I can get Chase for Adams, should I do it? I'd like to get more out of that because Adams has been a little bit more consistent, obviously, than Chase has. But I think Chase is a good investment. T. Cardi, Golden or Njoku? Golden this week. Jack, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. OBJ, Zach Ertz or AJ Barner? Zach Ertz. Jeremiah's, thank you for the follow as well. Alejandro, H.N. Kyron, Bill, which two? I go H.N. and Kyron. And over on YouTube, Andrew asking, Jordan, thank you for the follow on TikTok. Andrew asking, lastly, starting quarterback, Jaden Daniels, Justin Fields. Jaden Daniels, Justin Fields going up against a top 5 defense. Jaden Daniels has the legs he's going to use. I know Justin Fields is going to dip. I expect Justin Fields probably throw a pick. I know I'm a Bronco fan, but, Justin Fields, I don't think he's going to be fantastic against this Broncos team. Lance, thank you for the follow on TikTok as well. Jack asking, Laporta or Mason Taylor? Laporta. Some people have been spamming. The more you guys spam, the less I see. Less I see, because it makes the chat messy. Just put it in once, and then if I miss you for a while, just say, hey, Hammer, you missed me, and I will answer you. A22, F23, thank you for the follow. Up to 428 followers here. Fantastic, guys. Thank you so much. Paul Rodriguez asking, Pollard or Haskins? I'd go Pollard. Ant, thank you for the follow as well. Appreciate you guys. User, you're dropping Puka. Whoa. I didn't say I want to drop Puka. I don't want to start him this week because of the rain, and I don't think they're going to be throwing a whole lot. Do not drop Puka. You guys are wild. Avery Allen, trade Jefferson for a Puka. Hold on, Jefferson. Jordan, Judkins or Dowdle this week? Judkins. Jordan, thank you for follow if I didn't say it already. Users, trading away H.N., Tyler Warren, Hunter. H.N., Tyler Warren for Hunter Henry, JCM, BTJ, and Pickens good. Yes. Haskins, Ertz, or Waller full PPR. I'd probably go in my slot Ertz. Love or Darnold? Love. Would you start Sutton? Depending on my roster, yeah. Wide receiver 2 flex for me. Ant asking, start Diggs or Johnson at my flex. I'm going to go Diggs. Young or Darnold? Young this week, surprisingly enough. Sam asking, Odunze, Stephon Diggs, Michael Carter for Tet and Lennon. I mean, it's basically the Dunze, Stephon Diggs for Tet in London. I'd rather hold on to Dunze and Diggs. Let's see who else we got. Robert O, Dobbins or Montgomery. I'm going to go Montgomery this week. User 51, you missed me. Thanks for saying it so nicely. If you go ahead and put it back in the chat, and I'm catching up, because I was like 30 behind because of the spam. So I'll get to your message. If you just put it in once, I'll get to it. July, trade JSN and H-Hand for Jacobs and CD. I do like that, actually. I think you're winning that trade massively in Jacobs and CD. Sam, I did answer you. Drew, Young or Darnold? I'm going to go with Young. Cole, Garrett Wilson or Mecca Ibuka rest of the year? Probably Garrett Wilson. May or Darnold? May. August saying trade Juwan Haskins for Kittle. That's a good trade. Ryan DeGoat, Carter or Vidal? I'm going to go Carter because he has guaranteed carries. Also, DeMarco's in the doghouse. User, Bryce Young or Trevor Lawrence? I'd probably go with. I'm going to say Bryce Young. It's a risk. I know, but yeah. Drew's saying, all right, I'll trust you. Bryce Young experiment incoming. Go for it. Bryce Young is just, it's the perfect matchup. We know he can put up fantasy points. If he's going to do it, it's going to be against this team. User 63, thank you for the follow. Is trade away H-Chan? I did answer that one. Beast mode, pick one. DK Golden Born. Probably Golden then Born this week. Caden Crossford, you missed me, Hammer. Oh, man. Put it back in chat once, and I will be able to get to it. Sorry for missing you. Cole, Devontae Adams, and Rashad White for Jamar Chase. I like that. Good upside. Good upside there. User 63 is trading away A-Chan and Tyler Warren for Hunter Henry, JCM, and BTJ Good. I answered you a little bit earlier, but you may have missed it. I would say that absolutely. I would be okay with it because you're getting so much value back. Cole asking which hit upside. Jamar Chase. I really like getting Jamar Chase here because I think that Joe Flacco is going to up the level of the offense for the Bengals this season. He's going to make him fantasy usable again. Joe Flacco can chuck it downfield. That's one thing he does well. Casey Martin, 13. Henry or Laporta? I'm going to go with Laporta. I'm out of tea. So sad. Sam saying, thanks, Hammer. You're welcome, Sam. Absolutely. What do you think about Jamar Olave for Tet London? The other guy wants Jamar, but I don't know Jamar. I just think there's so much value there. There's so much value. You know? User asking Fields or Young or Lawrence. I'm going to go Young there. Young, Lawrence, Fields. Fields is third. Cole say, okay, so we already accepted it. So you had a little panic attack when I said that I thought the other side was better. You're like, oh no. But you're fine. You're fine. I think that was a good trade. Trevor lost Neighbors wide receiver depth says Diggs Myers. Oof. Austin, thank you for the follow. I had Neighbors as well, so I feel you. I don't remember what your message was. Oh, sorry, sent too early. Okay, I understand. All right, I understand. I'll come back to you. Don't worry. Chase, start Myers or Ridley this week. Ridley. Rashad White. Austin asked Rashad White or Montgomery. The new follower. Austin. Keith Bauer, thank you for the follow. I'm going to go with Montgomery. But Rashad White, if you give him your flex, absolutely do it. Perf, Ridley or Thornton? Ridley. Jeremiah's Hammer. Would Hurd be enough to get me Rice? Depends on who it is. If they need a quarterback, probably. Jordan asking Kraft or Waller. Almost missed you. I'd go with Kraft. Tricky. Ferguson or Kraft? Kraft. Christian, give Ibuka for Garrett Wilson, Jalen Warren. If you're going to go out and trade for Garrett Wilson, wait till after this week because Garrett Wilson's about to have his worst fantasy week of the season. His value is going to come way down, and you can get more value out of him. Keith Bauer, Croc Mara or ETN? ETN hasn't been doing good with Tootin back there. Yeah, I know. ETN's kind of that whole Jags offense is just a pain in the butt to evaluate fantasy wise. I'd go with JCM personally. But Thornton is playing on Sunday night. I know. But they got too many mouths to feed on the Chiefs side of things. Lynn, thank you for the rose. I don't know if I said that. Austin, Kamara, or Henry. This week, if he plays, I'd go with Henry just because it's probably going to be a lot of running. But I don't love either of them this week, to be clear. Tricky, Sutton or Debo? I'll go Sutton. Debo this week because Sutton is playing Sauce Gardner, and Sauce Gardner is no joke. Andrew, DK or JCM? I'm going to go with JCM this week. User, should I start Rico and Brian Thomas or no? I would go with them. I would go Rico over Brian Thomas, but I'm okay with that. Over on YouTube, Fredo asking, full PPR, would you do Rice, Chase, Brown, BTJ for CD, Trevion, DJ Moore? Oh, man, that's a big trade. Yeah, because I think you're getting the best player with CD. Arian, so I would take the trade. I would go with the CD, Trevion, DJ Moore side of thing. Arian asking Keenan Allen or Calvin Ridley in flex this week. I'd go Calvin Ridley, but I think both are going to do good. Trevor, lost Neighbors. Here's the full message. Lost Neighbors. Wide receiver depth is Diggs, Myers, Franklin. Guys, remember, I'm about 6 messages behind because I'm answering this guy. Don't spam. I'll get to you. Just got to be patient. The more you spam, the more likely I'm going to miss one of your messages. I need to put a little banner up here. My wide receiver depth is Diggs, Myers, Franklin. Running back depth, Jacobs, Dobbins, Chuba, Dowdle at running back. Ideas. All right, Franklin's good at receiver. One thing I would think about, because you do have Dowdle, the Dowdle Chuba. I'd try to go get a receiver. I would try to think. Don't go for go for low guy. It's like you got to take a risk, right? And AJ Brown is actually a good option for you because AJ Brown, a lot of people are super low on right now. Another option, T. Higgins, Jamar Chase. Those guys are people are low on. You can get value. So you need to go to the value bin right now at receiver, but think about value bin receivers. And don't think about value bin for this week. Long term. Guys that might not be good this week, but are going to be good later. Like if, for example, you win it and you trade away Dobbins, but you got back a Derrick Henry and a T. Higgins, that would be awesome. JC asking, T. Kraft or Laporta tight end. I'll go Kraft this week. Joe asking Ertz or Mason Taylor. I'm going to go Ertz. Heath asking Mason Taylor, Taysom Hill or Ertz. I'm going to go Ertz. Levi, does Jamar get benched this week since he's been sick? He gets benched this week because I don't know what they're going to do. I believe Joe Flacco is going to raise the bar, but they're still got to show me it. McQuan, start 2, Kamara, Vidal, Carter. If he's healthy, Kamara, Carter, but I don't know if Kamara's healthy, so it might be Vidal. You have a good one, Frito. Anytime. Kevin DeBoer saying, do you think JCM will pull a Woody Marks? Maybe. Maybe. I'm not sure. Ariad asking Keaton or Calvin Ridley. I'm going to go Calvin Ridley. Joshy, Monty, Kamara, or Carter. I'm about 13 matches back, guys. Just FYI. So if you're thinking I haven't gotten to you, I haven't. Monty or Kamara or Carter. I'm going to go Monty. Ertz or Mason Taylor. Joe, I'm going to go Ertz. It's a me, Mikey. Someone drop Bucky. Stop. Go right now and pick up Bucky. Why the heck did someone drop Bucky Irving? I don't care if I have to start nobody. I'm not dropping Bucky Irving in fantasy. Breezy is saying, I got offered trade Romeo, Barkley, Ridley for Judkins, Myers, and Chase. I like the Romeo, Barkley, Ridley side of things, to be honest. Because I think the Jason Myers, the Myers thing, not Jason Myers, but the Jay Myers things really tanks it there. Gavin, start D. Henry or Haskins. D. Henry. You know he's gonna get carries. I don't think they're gonna go out there and just like spam throws with Cooper Rush. Yamama saying Williams or Daniels. I'm gonna go with Daniels. Jordan, start Fields or stream best options. Rodgers, Jones, Darnold. If that's Daniel Jones, absolutely. I'm assuming it's not. I'm probably gonna go with Darnold. I'm coming up here in about an hour and a half, so I'm gonna Swag. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. About coming up here in an hour and a half, so we're gonna wrap up. So gonna do probably like 20 more questions, so gonna catch up here. Trevor saying I'm 1-4, so need to try a win now to save the season. Yeah, I'd go with a Sutton. If you're gonna go out there, get a Sutton. Lynn asking, what do you think I can get for Scattaboo? You can probably get Derrick Henry to how people have been treating him lately. You have to trade later for now. Bot asking Mason Taylor or Jake Tongues. I go Mason Taylor. Marvin Harris or Waddle at flex. I'm going to go Waddle this week. Odunze, Pickens, Samuel. I'm going to go with Pickens, then Odunze, then Samuel. Gavin saying DK, Zay, or Lad. Josh Bassner, start to Kyron, J. Cook, Dobbins. I'm going to go with Kyron, J. Cook. Over on YouTube, Kevin, I traded Chase Brown for JCM. W or not? I think it's fine. I don't have a strong opinion about it. I think it's probably fair value. For both sides. Bryce Marks, Croxy Merritt, or Drake London. Tricky, Caleb or Love. Have to pee. Waddle. Hey, welcome back. I saw you yesterday. Waddle or Amon-Ra? I'm going to go with Amon-Ra. Saw with Chase Brown or Henderson. I would probably go with Henderson. Marcitos, Dowdle or Monty? Monty, absolutely. CJ, Ridley or Romeo? I'm going to go Ridley this week. Sit one, K9, Warren, Rico, Haskins. Warren. All right. Definitely Waddle over Harrison. I'll have to be Waddle or Amon-Ra. I'm probably going to go Amon-Ra this week. Yeah, you got Henry for stats. Yeah, see? It's happening right here. Right before our eyes. Chase Brown or Henderson? I'd probably go Henderson just because the offense is going to do better. Dowdle or Montgomery? I'd go Montgomery. John Carr, QJ, Keenan Allen, or BTJ? I'm going to be going with Keenan Allen this week. Kevin. Yeah, so I'm streaming on YouTube, but I'm also streaming on TikTok. So if you're on TikTok and you're watching me, go over to YouTube at It's Hammer Sports and give me a follow. And if you're at YouTube, go over to TikTok and at It's Hammer Sports, give me a follow. Menti with the follow. Appreciate you. So that's why I'm reading from the TikTok live chat, which is very hectic. Unlike the YouTube live chat, which is very calm and collected and normal. So that's why. If I yell at anyone, it's going to be the TikTok chat. Menti asking, trade Jordan Mason for Swift. Yes. James, Calvin Ridley, Keenan Allen, Rashad White, who I got off waivers for Josh Jacobs. Yes. Start Garrett Wilson, Sutton, QJ, or Ladd. Sutton or Ladd. I'm not doing Garrett Wilson here. Lorenzo, Brian Thomas Jr. for DK. About the same. And final two questions. Trevor, pick up Juwan and drop Theo Johnson. It's fine. J-Rock, if Jamar Chase doesn't play due to sickness, should I start Leggett or Isaiah Bond? You should find a psychologist. But I'd probably go Leggett. Liquid Gold, Vidal or Chardonnay? Vidal. That's going to do it. Thank you, everyone, for showing up. Thank you for the followers. We're up to 432 on TikTok. We got a couple followers over on YouTube, so I really appreciate all you guys showing up. Share this to someone who needs some fantasy help. And come back next time. I try to stream every single day to answer fantasy questions. Tomorrow, I'm going to be doing a watch-along with the Bronco game at 9:30 Eastern for the London Bronco game, so come back for that. Ethan Wells, thank you for the follow. And yeah, I'm going to be here for that, and obviously won't be answering as many fantasy questions, but Chris, since you said please, I'll answer. Waddle, Bourne, Shakir, Quentin Johnson, pick 2. I'm going to go Waddle, Bourne this week. And then Zay, I just can't not answer your question. I don't think you should trade away Henry. He's just going to be good later. That's it. I'm cutting it off. Cutting off at Zay. Appreciate all of you. Hope you guys have a great day.